Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Mars, Turn 5. Okay, Warsaw Pact. They've been kind of hit or miss on tech, but this time they hit both of their roles. They moved AMD to stage 3 and they completed computers. Okay, for their buy, they went with 2 light infantry, a fighter, and 3 paramilitary. They decided to declare war on poor, innocent little Nigeria, and they captured the country without a loss. There's no non-combat movement, and the purchase all went into Africa here. The paramilitaries, the 2 light infantry, and fighter. Okay, yes, you hear the dryer chime in the background. Their income is 20. NATO got their basic intel of +2, which took them up to 16, which puts them at DEFCON 3. For their tech, they got stage 2 of advanced air superiority fighters and stage 1 of chemical. They bought 2 mechanized infantry and 2 SAMs. No combat, no non-combat. They collected their income of 16 and decided to be happy about it. Okay, Soviet Global. Well, it seems the reforms, if you wish to call it that, at the dice rolling ministry paid off, because they hit 4 out of 6 this time. They moved computers to stage 3, advanced air superiority fighters to stage 2. They completed chemical warfare, and they completed Top Gun. Okay, for their buy, they finished the minor army base and minor air base they had on the build chart. They also decided to upgrade an air base and a shipyard to majors. They bought 1 SAM. For military aid, they bought a next-gen MBT for Iraq and 2 mechs for PRF. Okay, their 1 combat. There's some people got a talking to again in Baghdad, because as you can see, Shiraz and eastern Iraq, or eastern Iran, are still in the hands of the Ayatollah. Saddam's Republican Guard just can't seem to get it together. They lost an attack bomber, a light infantry, and a SAM. And no losses for the Iranians there in Shiraz. That was kind of shocking. For non-combat, some more reinforcements were sent down to southern Caucasia, and as you can see, that's where the minor army base and air base were constructed. Now the other upgrades, let's see if I can see them here. There in eastern Ukraine is an air base upgrade. Where else am I at? Where did I put those things at? 1 air base in eastern Ukraine. I gotta walk around here because I'm trying to remember what I did. Where in the world is the other one at? Well, this is terrible. Okay, did I say that right? Oh, they just did one airbase upgrade in one shipyard. I said it wrong. So, yeah, the airbase in eastern Ukraine, the shipyard in northern Russia, and then they put the SAM in Murmansk. There we go. Back on track. Soviet Global still has an income of 37. US Global got their basic intelligence of 7, which put them up to 38, which moved them to DEFCON 3. This is where the extras came in, was the Americans. I knew they were somewhere. They decided to upgrade 2 air bases and 2 shipyards. They purchased an A-10 and an MBT. And you know what? I gotta pause a second. Okay, just took a second. I had to correct an illegal non-combat I realized I'd done by mistake. Okay, US Global decided to declare war on the PRF, but as you can see, it didn't work out the way they wanted it to. They shot 4 cruise missiles in there. They attacked from Honduras and brought MBTs up from Nicaragua. They lost 2 light infantry and an MBT, and I don't believe PRF took any losses at all. So they had to fall back. For non-combat movements, an A-10 was rebased to Suez, and that was pretty much that. Iran missed their recruitment role this time. U.S. has an income of 38 plus 3 for acquired territories, makes 41. Okay, Far East Command. They purchased an artillery, an MBT, a mech, and 2 light infantry. And they went on the offensive again. They attacked East Xinjiang out there in western China, but as you can see, it still has Chinese units in it. That's because the attack failed. They bled them down to where at the end, the Soviets had 1 artillery left and the Chinese had 1 artillery left. But they just didn't quite have enough to knock them out of there. The Soviets ended up losing an artillery, 2 mechs, and 2 MBTs in the fight. Okay, then airborne from Magadan came down here in airborne assault and captured northern Manchuria, putting that in the FEC column. And then they decided to try to attack, knock somebody over, decided to try to attack southern Yunnan from North Vietnam, but as you can see, that didn't work either. The Soviets didn't score any hits at all, and they lost an airborne, a light infantry, an attack helicopter, and a fighter in the effort. So they had to fall back to North Vietnam. SSN was moved into I-14 to blockade the ports for Burma and Bangladesh. And that was that. An income of 17, plus 2 for computers, plus 4 for Chinese territories, put 23 in FEC's bank. Okay, then we have Pacific Command. Let's see, for their purchase, they bought a naval Top Gun air superiority fighter, an MBT, and 2 light infantry. There wasn't any combat, even though they are at DEFCON 2. They can see that the U.S. Global, from their basic intelligence, will hit DEFCON 2 next turn. So they decided to wait and see what Big Brother wants to do. Okay, so there wasn't any combat. There's minimal non-combat. There was the amphib destroyer and SSN that were there went over to P-25 to join the Pacific Fleet, and an airborne from West Coast airlifted into Cambodia. And then the MBT and light infantry also went to Cambodia, and light infantry went to West Coast. They collected their income of 17. China moved, on the tech chart, they moved computers to stage 2 and chemical to stage 3. They only got 10 yuan in the bank, so they bought 2 mechs and 1 paramilitary. Any attacking they try to do is just going to weaken them for a counterattack, so they're hanging on for now. No combat. There was 1 non-combat. An early gen fighter moved from Qinghai to eastern Xinjiang. And their income is 7 plus 3 for independent arms sales gives them 10. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.